Imagine a woman who loves God, serves in church, prays for her marriage, and yet she cries silently in the shower every single morning because the person she sleeps next to talks to her like she's an enemy. Now, if that picture feels too familiar, I need you to come close. Today, we're talking about narcissistic abuse in Christian relationships and why intelligent, capable, spirit filled women feel trapped in cycles of emotional manipulation. I'm Remy, an unburdening specialist, a storyteller, and a writer. I help women release trauma and reclaim their identity. Now, this isn't gossip, it's mental health, it's trauma, it's psychological survival, and it's happening quietly in our churches, homes, and WhatsApp prayer groups. Many Christian women stay in toxic relationships not because they are weak, foolish, or codependent, but because narcissistic abuse is subtle. It doesn't always begin with shouting, it begins with charm, attention, love bombing, spiritual language, and then tiny cuts that become wounds. Now, in psychology, we call it intermittent reinforcement. One moment praise, next moment punishment. The nervous system becomes confused. Your brain starts hoping if I just love better, if I just submit more, maybe things will go back to the beginning. Think of your heart like a small lamp. Okay, when someone turns it on and off constantly, your eyes start adjusting to the darkness. Eventually, darkness feels normal. Now, that is what trauma bonding feels like. You start doubting yourself instead of the behavior harming you. You excuse red flags, your body stays anxious, but your mind creates spiritual explanations. Now, let's bring in the Christian experience because this is where women get stuck the most. Verses like, love is patient, submit, cover your husband, God hates divorce, are thrown like weapons instead of wisdom. And a narcissistic partner will use scripture to control, shame, and silence the woman. Now, that is called spiritual abuse, and it is deeply damaging to mental health. Why? Because your sense of safety becomes confused with your sense of holiness. When you stay in a narcissistic relationship, your nervous system goes into survival mode. It's fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Now, many Christian women fawn. They over apologize. They make themselves small. They say, it's fine. Just pray. They think they need to serve harder. They hide emotional bruises with ministry. But God never asked anyone to sacrifice their sanity at the altar of marriage. No, a healthy relationship produces the fruit of the Spirit. Now, narcissistic abuse produces anxiety, depression, trauma responses, shame, and emotional exhaustion. If you're watching this and thinking, why couldn't I leave? Why did I stay? I need you to hear me clearly. Narcissistic abuse targets identity. It erodes your confidence, it isolates you from support, and creates confusion to make you question your own reality. The problem, you see, was never your intelligence, it was the manipulation. Now, let's start small with a few gentle anchors. Number one, I need you to name what is happening: narcissistic abuse, gaslighting, emotional manipulation. Keep a record of conversations. When things get written, facts protect your clarity. Number two, talk to one safe person outside of the relationship or your church circle. Number three, learn what healthy boundaries sound like. Number four, I need you to seek professional support, trauma informed therapy, or Christian counseling is what you need. You see, these small steps start breaking trauma bonds and strengthening your nervous system. If this video found you, maybe it's time to stop spiritualizing emotional abuse. God is not glorified by your silent suffering. There is healing for Christian women leaving narcissistic marriages. There is life after emotional trauma. There is renewal of identity. If this resonates, please leave a comment, even if it's just a dot. You don't have to write details, you don't have to explain anything. Just signal, I'm here, and this message was for me. And next Sunday at 5 p.m., we'll go deeper into the cycle of people pleasing and how trauma trains women to abandon themselves. You're not alone. Healing starts with seeing clearly.